We should all strive to have good manners. The key word there is should.
Yeah, should. Truth is, not everyone seems to adhere to the same idea, but the simplest courtesies are often the best way to make a first and lasting impression.
Etiquette expert Aimee Symington from Finesse Worldwide has a few examples. Aimee, it's wonderful to see you. Thanks for being here today.
Sure, thank you for having me.
Okay, you really preach this. Good manners, you think it's very important, correct?
I do. I absolutely do. And I think there's a lot of things that we can do that go above and beyond your standard manners, I guess, if you want to say.
Okay.
So, for example, there are things you can do, like I hope that every time someone receives a gift, they send a handwritten thank you note. Let's hope that that is the standard. Okay. But if you actually take the time to write a handwritten thank you note for something that's unexpected. So, for example, if your neighbor helps you move furniture, or your friend picks up your kid from a birthday party, or your coworker does something nice, or your teacher, your child's teacher does something that's extra special, to write a little note of thanks will go such a long way and just really make their day.
Very nice.
And if you have a business, that's also a great way to get your customers to love you. For example, I have a thank you card that I received from Shutterfly, the photo company.
Yeah.
I was on the phone with this customer service rep. I was happy when I ended the call, but a couple of days later, I received a handwritten thank you note from Alexis, who just said, thank you so much for your business. I really appreciate it. Call me anytime. I was like, wow, okay, I'm a loyal customer. So
very good. That's
it's
nice.
Something very simple you can do. It's unexpected. So that's one thing you can do.
All right.
When it comes to social media and smartphones, you would think that we're all on the same page, but it's so obvious that we're not. What annoys you about manners when it comes to the smartphone?
Well, there are a few things that annoy me, but one of my top things is that if we're having a conversation and suddenly you get a phone call or you get a text, suddenly I'm not the most important person. You pick up your phone, you answer it, and, you know, then our conversation is lost, and you're not showing me that respect. So hopefully people don't do that. But, you know, there are occasions when you are expecting a phone call from your child or your mother or your boss or whoever it might be. So at those moments, what I suggest to do is, if we're in a conversation, I might say, oh, I'm so sorry, but I'm expecting a call from my son at any time. I'm so sorry, I'll just have to take it for 5 minutes. And then, you know, that shows that respect. And that also works really well for business. For example, a friend of mine, she had a breakfast meeting planned from 8 to 9, and the gentleman emailed her the night before and said, I'm so sorry, but I have to take a 5-minute call during our meeting. I apologize, I can't get out of it. I just wanted you to know so that you didn't think I was rude. Well, in fact, she was so impressed by this guy because he just, you know, told her ahead of time. So it's just those little tiny things that you can do.
That's a good one. That goes above and beyond.
Yes.
Another
Yeah,
thing you
definitely.
like is to compliment other people on social media.
Yes. Great example of this is the other day I was on LinkedIn, the social media site LinkedIn, and someone that I was a participant in one of my etiquette sessions took the time to go in there and just, I think you like or you support somebody's skills. Yes, endorse your skills or something. Now, maybe it only took him 20 seconds to do that, but I was so impressed that he actually took the time to do that. It meant a lot to me. And then I went on to his LinkedIn site and I endorsed his skills. And it was just this nice thing to do for each other. So a lot of times when you're on like YouTube and you see nasty comments, people are so quick to write nasty things. But if you're ever on YouTube or LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram or any of the others, if you take a second to just say, love your video, I really, you know, congratulations that your son got on the football team, you know, good job. It's just, it goes such a long way.
And you say listening goes a long way as well.
Yes. Yes, people tend to not really listen to people, and so I think that is so important, and especially to teach our children that, to those great listening skills, I think is important, and especially with kids when you're meeting someone for the first time. If you can teach your kids to look someone in the eye and say hello, it's nice to meet you, shake their hand, and have that little bit of a conversation where they're listening, they're asking questions, goes a long way.
It really does. It makes such a great first impression and a lasting impression. I think for children, I think one thing that's helpful to teach them is adults typically ask the same kinds of questions to these kids, like, where do you go to school? What grade are you in? What sports do you play? What's your favorite subject?
Yeah, how old
They've got
are
those
you?
mastered. They're good.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of just answering, fine. You can say, I'm fine, thank you. So how are you?
Yes.
Or where do you live? Or where do your children go to school?
Right.
But it's getting children to respect adults enough and to teach them to have that conversation. And it's a great skill to have. It'll take them a long way.
Aimee Symington, thank you very much.
Sure.
FinesseWorldwide.com. FinesseWorldwide.com is Aimee's website. Thank you.
Thank you.